So it sounds like it's not so much cookie cutter approach, like here's the formula, go do it. It's more of a innovative thing each time.
Well, there's a certain recipe. So there is a certain recipe for success, but that recipe is adapted. It's sort of like, it's like a recipe that gets handed down through your family, and people adapt it or add a little bit more vanilla or something like that, and they make it their own. And the same thing is true for book marketing, and I know we're going to talk about that during this session about some of the things that best-selling authors are doing that make them successful. But it has to really be incorporated into your own strategy. So what's right for your book. And people say to me all the time, is there some kind of a magic bullet? And there really isn't. There isn't one single thing that is going to work, oh my gosh, and this just works so well. And that's really all that I need to do. I wish it were like that, but it really isn't.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that. I just had somebody in the summit say to me, I just have so many things that people are telling me what to do, and I don't know what to do. So maybe the best advice with what you're saying is, do something, do something, and see how it works for you. And
well, but here's a little bit of a shortcut though, and I would say to this author, here is what I would suggest that you do is find. So research other authors in your market who are on the first page of Google. But I don't want you to go for big names. So if you're in a particular, let's say, market that has, like, Stephen King or Tom Clancy or whatever, you really don't want, you don't want to count those, because those people are brands, even though I realize Tom Clancy's no longer with us. But you want to look for authors who are top of Google, who aren't necessarily big household names, and then see what they're doing. What social media sites are they on? How often are they blogging? What are they doing book trailers? Are they? And to some degree, you can model, because success leaves clues, and the clue in this case is being #1 in Google, which you have to be getting a lot of attention, and you have to be doing the right things to be #1 in Google. So that's a little bit of detective work that I think could potentially save them a lot of time, as opposed to just sort of, okay, well, let me try this, and let me try this, and let me try that, as opposed, looking and actually seeing, okay, this is my genre, this is what works well in the genre. And so, for example, I was talking to this guy. He owns a restaurant in London, this really exclusive neighborhood in London. And he said to me, he says, so what do you think I should do? What do you think I'm missing? And I said, well, I think you're missing Pinterest, because you have a cooking blog, you write about food, and God knows there are lots of foodies on Pinterest. So for every single market, that's very different. Pinterest may not make sense for, somebody else. I mean, I know people have adapted Pinterest to suit their particular genre, but you have to really be. We only have so much time. And when it comes to doing marketing efforts and being on social media, it's not about being everywhere. It's about being everywhere that matters.